Hello there, welcome to this video. Gonna keep everything short and sweet today. This video is about 5 tips and tricks in the game you may not know about, Let's see what happens. Okay, first one off the bat is a more reflective paint. This is also on top of it how to get pearlescent decals, which is very intriguing. The only problem is it'll do every decal depending on how you do it. So first thing you want to do is for just the reflective paint, you want to put your paint as chrome and then put your body color to whatever you want as a decal. So as you can see, I picked chrome, put a giant white rectangle over the top of it. Now in order to get reflective, or like more of a clear coat, what you want to do, create a mask from current layers and then reduce the transparency. And you see there, yeah, looks exactly the same as a normal paint, but if we just slightly touch it up a bit, you can see clearly we can visibly see everything behind the camera a lot clearer now. You can go even further, so if you want say like a grey, very reflective grey, or if you want just say like a 7.06 and you want just the white, bit of an off-white, bit more reflective, you can do that. Now the same thing goes for using colours. If you say you want a black car with green paint, like a green pearl on it, so for instance if we do this, go into here, go tint, and we put it say green, bring the colour up. So you can clearly see mirrors have gone green, but also if you look, we now have a green, like a sort of green pearl on the car, which if done right can look really nice. And I also just realized the interior color changes, that's actually pretty cool. But that is tip number 1. Now on to tip number 2. Okay, for tip number 2 we're jumping into a race first, but not any ordinary race. So what this is if you want to photograph a car at the perfect setting, at the perfect location, the perfect season, but you don't want to wait for the timing. Especially for instance if anyone like me for instance just picked up the brand new Alpine A110 after missing out on it the first time. So I want to take a shot of this nighttime in winter at the festival, but I don't want to wait around countless hours to try and get the perfect shot, and then if I mess up and move the car next time I need to move the car, I pull out a photo mode, it's going to be morning, I've got to wait again. So this is a great way to do it, and the way to do it is to go and create a actual race, so do the full track layout and everything, but put it near where you want to take a photo. So for instance I want to do the festival, what I've done is I've done a simple point A to point B checkpoint, we'll start finish, and then essentially tested it, saved it, then made a custom event for it at the weather and like the season, the weather, time of day and all that. And this is pretty much what you get, is you'll have a bunch of AI, so as you can see on my map, they drive over to the end of the drag strip. Now, they're going to go do that, and what we're going to do is we're going to go drive down here. So as you can see we've got no wrong way markers or anything, we can just drive around wherever we want, no problems. So if I want to say, I want to park up and get this light here, we can park up. Since we're playing by ourselves, we can go into photo mode, line it up, take a photo, boom, we have a perfect photo right there. Now you can just anywhere on the map, if you want to say it's the middle of summer, you want to go to the ice lake and take a beautiful shot of this car or the Transit or a Veyron or something, you can do it. Just make a custom race. If you want to have a central, find a group of races in the middle of the map, have them all with different seasons and conditions, so then you can just drive from the middle of the map to wherever you want. There is heaps of ways to do it, and that is it for tip number 2. Now on to tip number 3. This one's more just a little guide for people that are just getting the game or haven't noticed yet, or have been trying to get this. But right in front of me, this is the church at Broadway. Now, most of you have probably seen it by now. There is a sign up there. And I know a lot of people, even some friends of mine, have tried getting that sign, especially at the early stages of the game. and they always try to figure out how the hell to get it, because it should be, yeah, it's in the middle section, so it's on the highest peak before the tower. Now, if you want to know how to truly get this the easiest way possible, you get this jump, this danger sign, and the way to get this is to actually complete danger signs. So go after 3 stars on every danger sign you can at the time, keep doing it, keep leveling it up. The more you do it, I'm not going to be able to make this jump, but the more you do it, the more danger signs you'll unlock, and eventually you'll get to the point where you'll unlock the danger signs for boards like the one on top of this church here. So there is other ways to do it. If you have, say, a Forza Edition Aventador and you come from the windmill up there, if you come from that windmill on the right angle, you can bounce off of the hill in front of me behind these houses and ejecto seat yourself towards that sign. But it is very precise on how to actually get there. I've never been able to pull it off myself. I actually waited and got the danger sign once I found out. So if you want to get it the easy way and not spend hours trying to get it, do the danger signs. Now go to tip number 4, and we're leaving tip number 5 as the big one I know a lot of people have been asking me about. So, on to tip number 4. So tip number 4, we're about to get to the big one in a sec, but before we do, we've got tip number 4 here, and that is how to make your character look towards the camera while parked. So essentially, it's a bit easy to explain it while I do it instead of trying to just go, oh, this is what it is. So essentially, what you do, you hit reverse, and if you realize your character looks over, go reverse again. Character didn't want to do it this time. Let's try again. Yeah, apparently the character didn't want to do it. There we go. So we do that. Okay, so I'm going to back up quickly. And I'm going to go reverse. Photograph. And now you have your character creepily staring at you with a bit of a grin. But it does definitely make for a cool shot. And that is essentially just a small little thing for tip number 4. Now on to the one everyone has been asking about, tip number 5. So here we are at tip number 5, the big one everyone's been asking me about, and that is the interior photos. Now there are obviously videos on the internet, and they are last year's videos, they still work, but I just want to do a 2020 updated version. Now for this, make sure you are set to Horizon Solo, so as I'm doing right now, as you need to be able to use the replay feature inside Rewind. So all we're going to do, sit here for a few seconds, then we're going to just roll forward, or you can reverse if you wish to. So we're just going to go to there, sit for a few seconds, and then we're just going to rewind. So essentially what this is going to allow us to do is allow us, well actually it's probably better if I do show you when we get to it. So essentially what you want to do is you just want to back up until your car is at a complete stop like this. And then just press at the bottom, press X, or if you are on a keyboard, it is X. Good job to Playground Games on making sure it's always X. So what you want to do, just, I like to pause because I can feel like it feels like it goes quicker. But just speed it forward. Now this is where it gets a bit tricky, and it might take you a few attempts the first time around. But what you want to do is you want to slowly rewind. So as you can see, everything's moving backwards, but you also want to press A on photo mode whilst you're doing that. And what I'll do is see, I'm in photo mode, and the world is still moving, but it's moving backwards, as you can clearly see by the London taxi going backwards. What you'll also start to notice is my car's now moving. Now this is also good. Say you do this, you can do some pretty neat cinematics. That's how the intros were done for the last few tutorial videos. So you can do something like this and have it slowly roll back and just record it. And I just put the camera right here, just keep moving it so the car doesn't freak out. And ooh, look, and interior. You now have full function photo mode. So if you want to say take a photo of the start stop button, you can do that. Photo of the steering wheel with my super high aperture. I will be covering new photo mode techniques very soon, just gotta get around to it. But you can look around, you can see what's in the interior, get a super close up on your character's face to the point you go in, you can see their eyeballs. You can just have a good look around, just see what the car has to offer, because these cars are actually fairly good models. Interior, the newer stuff is obviously going to be better than the old. But that is essentially top 5 tips, or my 5 tips and tricks for this video. I hope you all thoroughly enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you all around in the next one. See ya.